how can we achieve good mental health without drugs? And I know in your book, Dr. Scott, you talk about the continuum.
Yes. Well, to give you a short answer is difficult. That's over 100 pages in the book, of course, and the next book I'm doing, the whole book is going to be devoted to this subject.
To recovering
Yeah,
naturally.
yeah, how to do well mentally. Not doing drugs, but how do you do well mentally? And I do like to use what I call the continuum model. Basically, I'm saying that everything you do, every decision you make, how you treat people, the steps you take in life will move you either left or right. It can move you towards good mental health or bad mental health. If you get angry at something your mother says and you decide, I'm going to tell her off and scream and yell at her, does that move you towards better mental health or worse mental health? Well, I'm arguing worse. If you steal something, it violates every value that you hold. But you really want that possession that you can't have otherwise, so you steal it. Does it increase stress levels or decrease stress levels? And so, you know, there are steps we take, things we do. If you treat someone in a very unselfish way, you put them first, you honor them above yourself, you treat them with real kindness. You may not even want to. How do you feel about doing so? In fact, I've often had clients who I found out they had a conflict with the next door neighbor, and so I would ask them to simply bake 2 pies or bake a couple loaves of bread and take one to the next door neighbor. And I can't tell you how many times people say, I don't think I could do it. And I say, I want you to do it. And when I get the reaction later, it's always impressive. They've gone next door, their knees are shaking, they knock on that door, here comes the neighbor, here is their offer of love, saying, I'm sorry in effect, and I want to be your friend. And of course the neighbor is embarrassed. I'm sure the neighbor is wishing, I wish I had acted first. But the reaction has always been, I've never had anyone come back and say, you know, the neighbor took that pie and threw it right at me. Never heard that. Instead, the neighbor always smiles and says, thank you, how nice of you, and so forth. And so, you know, the person comes back saying, boy, I didn't think I could do it, but I'm so glad it's done. I'm so glad I did it. And so it makes you feel good about yourself.
Charity and altruism, all those things.
Those are all good things.
They raise your self-esteem.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, one of the things I focus on is not focusing on your own esteem. I really believe it's important to get down the principle that life is not about you. Life is about things far more important than you. And so giving someone purpose and meaning in life. We have a body of research out there on purpose in life. People with high purpose in life, oh, they avoid depression. They avoid mental stress. They avoid schizophrenia. They avoid those kind of problems, and they have better relationships. They're a happier person. Well, purpose in life is not see how rich I can become, see how many friends I can accumulate. Purpose in life is about doing things for people, making this a better world. When you leave, it should be a better place. And so giving people the steps to move in that direction. There's far more to it than that. A lot of people lack the skills to have social interactions. They need to know how to treat people. They need to know to be friendly and wear a smile. You know, so sometimes it's just basically skill building. But there's so much that can be done that everyone can do to avoid depression and have good mental health.
Thank you, Dr. Scott.
You're welcome.